Hello, you movie fans, fans out there. It's your boy Movies back in another video, and today we're talking End of Oak Street. Yes, I had the opportunity recently to finally check out End of Oak Street. Unfortunately, it was not an IMAX because my theater is not showing an IMAX, but that's perfectly fine because I watch movies in all formats, anyways. Now, I am on the fence of people that have I really enjoyed this movie. I like the aspect of the plot. It follows a family whose street, the end of Oak Street, gets time travel through a portal back into prehistoric times, and they'll fight to survive against dinosaurs, and they're trying to get back to modern time. This follows Ewan McGregor and Anne Hathaway on her historical run this year of so many movies this year. But if you like Jurassic Park and Back to the Future, this is the movie for you. Dinosaurs, time travel, family dynamic, survival instincts. This is a great movie. The soundtrack is very subtle, but it works to make it scary. The dinosaurs were pretty well made. The CGI or not, they were pretty well made. They didn't look weird or wonky or kind of odd. They looked pretty real. They looked authentic enough to make me more scared of dinosaurs. It used some aspects of quiet scenes with some jump scare aspects to get you out of your seat. Ewan McGregor had a great performance, and Anne Hathaway. The set was amazing. How they used set designs to have subtle signs of them going back in time. There were subtle signs in the movie that legit foreshadowed the future of the plot. And I love that. I love that about the end of Oak Street. I get why people didn't like it. Some of the pacing is kind of slow in the middle, but the first and third act are pretty fast paced and pretty well remade. But the middle of the second act, I think, does hit a brick wall with sometimes being too slow. I do like that the lack of death made it feel more authentic to a dinosaur movie, because in Jurassic Park, there's a lot of death in that movie. This movie had a very lack of death, and one of the deaths was jaw-dropping, and that was Ewan McGregor's death in that movie. I'm not going to say what it was, because that's spoilers to what happened to him, but I felt like this movie was great. I thought the set was fun, the soundtrack was good, the acting was great. The only problem I had was the son's concern about his dog. Oh my god. That irked my nerve the whole movie. That was my only gripe. But other than that, I had a blast with End of Oak Street. I hope it's in IMAX in my theater so I can rewatch it in IMAX. If not, then I can just rewatch it onto the digital theater and move on with life, because I really like this movie. I like Back to the Future. I love Jurassic Park. It's two of my favorite movies. So combining the two felt like a movie like that. Do I think Anne Hathaway is going to get nominated for this movie in particular? No. Because her performance isn't strong enough to outperform The Odyssey, Desert Part 2, which she's going to do in Verity later this year in October or November. But I do think she had a solid performance. Ewan McGregor had a great performance. He's emotional. He has optimism. They're going to get out of this. Anne Hathaway's character doesn't have optimism. Is just dreading the end of the world, how to survive, what happens if they run out of food and water and whatnot. They can't go anywhere because the street has been turned back to 2,000 years ago, and they don't know how it happened. But I did overall highly enjoy End of Oak Street. I do recommend it, but I can get why people couldn't get behind this movie because of what happens, I guess. I do not agree with it's the worst movie of the year narrative. I think that's outlandish, overused, and just dumb. Because I think there's been a lot worse movies this year that have been more bad, like worse than End of Oak Street. But End of Oak Street is coming out of a very weird time with a lot of strong movies in the theaters still, like The Odyssey and Spider-Man. Toy Story 5, I think, is still in theaters. Paw Patrol is getting up there. So it's a weird time of movies this year that comes out in a very strong period of the summer when we have so many big blockbuster movies and so many kids movies that are drawing a lot of kids and families to the theaters, that it's kind of hit a bad spot and getting not so much recognition for it being a prehistoric time-traveling dinosaur movie that we haven't seen a lot of, because we don't usually combine time travel and prehistoric dinosaurs into a movie because it just doesn't work. So, I will give End of Oak Street an 8 out of 10. Some of the pacing I fell off in the middle. I think the first and third act really strung it all together, but the middle hits a very slow point. It drags for sure. But overall, I highly recommend it. I hope you guys do watch End of Oak Street. Comment down below, what did you think of End of Oak Street? Make you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe, and smack that bell notification button so when I upload a new video, you guys can see it first. If you guys love what you love, watch what you love, and continue to watch movies in theaters, because without you guys, theaters won't be a thing anymore. And I'll see you guys when I see you guys next review, countdown, ranking video, or prediction video, fun little video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.